Hi, Dr. Wendy Dearborn here. Guys, you are on day 19. Woohoo! Guys, congratulations, day 19. Actually, for all intent and purposes, depending on where you are in the world. Where you are, it is actually day 20 because it is 11:26 p.m. in the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. Well, you're on day 20 and you guys are almost there. I mean, oh my God, day 20. Imagine you have made it to day 20. Guys, how you doing? How you feeling? That's what I want to know. How you doing? How you feeling? So, that being said, I just want to share with you a couple of things real quickly. And what I will do is I'm actually going to go to the board. I'm going to go to the board and Steve, actually, before I go to the board, let me just say this. I'd like to thank Jen and Alex for opening their hearts and their home and inviting me to be a part of an event that took place tonight. And the event was really, for me at any rate, giving people information or sharing information with people so that they can make optimal choices for their health, bottom line, and their health in regard to what they're eating. So that being said, yeah, it was a nice event. It was a nice event. And you know, guys, you know I can talk. You know it's like you stick a quarter in me and I just keep going. I just keep going. So it was a very, very nice event. And once again, thank you to Alex and Jen for doing what they are doing. And that's trying to spread the word about, you know, your health and what you can do for yourself. So that being said, let me go to the board and address some of this stuff here. Woohoo! Day 20. It's on the horizon. Okay, Olivia posted earlier, it would have been yesterday as it were. She says, I'm okay. Thanks for asking me, Wens. Actually, I'm looking after Jaden. That's her grandson. And he's all of what, like 15 months. So lots of energy. And I suppose if you haven't kind of done that for, her youngest is 20 in her early 20s, something, yeah, I think it can be really, really tough. But anyway, she said she's looking after Jaden and in getting him to eat some kind of breakfast, she actually forgot to drink her water this morning. And she said that's why she's assuming she's feeling ever so slightly empty, which is a really interesting. I find that dynamic really, really interesting. Even though she has had smoothies, she's drunk her smoothies and additional water. Has this happened to anyone else? Do you guys think that reversing the process, i.e. having a smoothie before the water in the morning, makes a difference? Have a wonderful smoothie day. You too, sis. You too. Right. What I did say in answer to this is this actually has happened to me. And it took a while for me to realize that there was actually something different or something going on. I would say that in the first stages of my challenge, I actually found out later during the day that I was feeling really sluggish. And I couldn't understand why I was feeling this way. And I recognized it wasn't a detox. I recognized that I wasn't detoxing, but something was definitely wrong. And what that definitely wrong was is I hadn't had any water. I hadn't drank my prerequisite, you know, a litre or 32 ounces to start out the day. I drank the water and it automatically balanced, or that feeling, I recalibrated. I automatically kind of rebalanced myself. And I did come into balance, although I gather, as Olivia said, that sort of like she's drunk water, additional water throughout the day. and it still didn't quite hit it from what I understood, you know, get her back into balance. And this is one of the reasons why I'm really adamant about the fact that we drink 32 ounces of water in the morning. And that's the first thing in our system. It brings something to the equation. And I'm going to be really honest. I'm not 100% sure what. I can only think or say that perhaps water has its own energy. I mean, when you look through water and it's cascading and that it has its own energy. So I know it's something on an energetic level. Water is, as they say, the universal solvent of the world, or the universe as we know it to be here at any rate. And so it might be this factor that it brings, that water brings. It's a powerful, powerful element. And my editor told me water is not an element. Well, in the regard to the, I'd say astronomy or astrology, I'm using it in that fashion. Water is a very, 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 very powerful, powerful force, powerful element. And I think this is what it imparts. Maybe I've just answered my question. This is what it imparts, the power of that element. So that being said, Steva had a question about the event that I spoke at this evening. She actually said, oh, and incidentally, Olivia, she loves the phrase nutter. And she says, I have nutter moments too, Olivia. She liked that. She had mentioned that earlier to me this evening. But yes, Steva said she did learn something tonight that she didn't have a clue about. She thought that perhaps her smoothies had a punch, like when she used kale. But it's not that at all. And she said from her understanding, if you're drinking a smoothie and you get that tingling thing going on your lips, you may need to actually ease up on the greens in the smoothie. And that's the thing, Steva, as long as you understand, not ease up on the smoothie, but ease up on the greens, the amount of greens that are in the smoothie. Because as she went on to say here, it may be an over excess of nutrients. Well, what it is, or what I think it is at any rate, the fact that greens have, all fruits and vegetables have this, but greens in particular have a chemical component that's called oxalic acid. And what oxalic acid does when, for a plant, when it feels like it's being threatened, i.e. overeaten, it will invoke the oxalic acid reaction. And sometimes for me, you can get that tingling when you drink something, when you drink a smoothie that is packed with greens. Not all the time. You could do the same thing the day before. Not all the time, just some of the time. And really and truly, you don't sort of back off your entire smoothie, but what you do is you sort of like don't put as much greens in, and or you thin it out. Because what I did was today, because I had made up some smoothies to take to Jen and Alex's, and Lois was here and we kind of tasted it, and Lois said her lips were tingling. Well, I'm so used to that happening to me that I didn't even comment about it. And I said, oh yeah, mine are too. And then I thought, oh, and so I thought, let me dilute this down a bit, which I did. And it kind of took care of the problem somewhat. And I don't want to call it a problem, but it kind of took care of the tingling thing. However, I decided based on that I wouldn't take the smoothies because I didn't want people to think that they were having an allergic reaction, because it's not that. What it is that there are too much greens in your smoothie, and that's all it means. You can dilute it out, and also the longer it sits, is, the less likely that's going to happen. And sometimes it happens because it's just come out. It's just come out of the jug. And sometimes I think, how would you feel if you'd been put into a blender and thrown into a glass after that? I might be a bit shaken up. And sometimes I think because everything's just been broken down, and so it can be really, really intense, because sometimes when you take the lid off of the your jug for your blender, you take the lid off, you can sometimes literally smell the green. And then after a while, it dissipates. And that's where I was going with that. You know, if you do get the tingling, you know, if you leave your smoothie in the fridge for a little bit, it dissipates, because what happens is that the smoothie, the actual potency of the smoothie begins to degenerate. So, Steve, I hope that answered your question. No, you don't sort of like ease off on the smoothie. You kind of ease off on the greens. And if you've already made the smoothie and you feel that this is problematic to you, because it really isn't, because I would have drunk mine, you know, because I put it in the fridge and I was like, oh, shame, I don't have time to drink this now. You know, you just ease off, or you add some more water or coconut water to it. All right, darling? So I hope that answered your question. Let's put it this way. Lois took well, I've got one jar, and I said to Lois, would you like some smoothie? She said, yes. I had the jar and I kind of handed it to her. I was going to get a glass. Lois said, okay, all right then, bye. No, Lois, I'm telling a huge lie. No. I gave Lois the jar. So, you know, it's all good to go. So hopefully that answered your question. But guys, it is 11:38 and I have to be at work by about 8:30 tomorrow morning. So keep doing what you are doing, guys, because you're doing it. It is day 20 of this green smoothie challenge and we are making it. Okay? So I see you guys tomorrow. Peace out. And as Olivia said, have a wonderful green smoothie. Oh, no, she said have a wonderful smoothie day. So have a wonderful smoothie day. And again, thank you, Lois. Thank you, Steva. And thank everybody who came out to support me today. And also to Jen and Alex. Take care. Peace out. Bye.